Part 2. So I took some black acrylic paint and I made the base black so it just didn't stand out as much. And then I went in and outlined all of the letters to make sure that they really pop, and especially in pictures since this is going to be a photo backdrop. And since it was way too easy to leave the printed popcorn there, I decided to make my own popcorn with some foam. I'm using Loctite foam, gaps, and cracks. Now this stuff is way more dense and easier to shape than the Great Stuff spray foam. I saw somebody else using it and I thought, hey, I gotta try this out. To help it cure faster, I added some water to it. So now this takes just a couple minutes before I can mold each of the shapes. This part is important because you don't want each of the pieces to look like dog poop. After it's dry, this is what we're working with. So now I have to paint it. I'm using acrylic paint from Apple Barrel. This color is called Apricot, and I'm just adding all of it to all the pieces that I made. Little did I know that it was going to take more pieces than I expected. After a couple hours, I did have a full table full of popcorn. It looks like cheddar, and I didn't mean to look like that, but hey, here we are. Because I wanted to make this easier to transport, I used my hot foam tool to cut the popcorn image from the bucket. I didn't know if this was going to work, but hey, I took the chance. It's puzzle time. I had to figure out how to put all these foam pieces on here so there'd be depth and dimension, using my hot glue gun to stick them all on. I did burn myself a few times, but hey, that happens. And now there was some gaps that I wanted to fill and just make it look nicer, so I decided to use these leftover foam pieces, hot glued them into place, and after I painted it, this is what it looked like. Amazing, fantastic, the front, the back. Now I got to figure out how the pieces are going to go together so it just doesn't fall apart. I'm going to use the same method I did as the base, where I create two little tunnels, and that's going to attach both pieces together. Using these small leftover foam pieces, I'm making these little tunnels, attaching them with Great Stuff spray foam, and then I'm going to use a little piece to make a stopper so the PVC pipe has somewhere to stop. This foam is 1 inch thick, so I cut it in half, so about half an inch, and then I'm adding those pieces onto this little tunnel so that the PVC pipe does not come out and it's super secure. Before I go further, I test it out to make sure it doesn't fall over. Perfect. Now, I didn't like the color. It looked more like cheddar popcorn, so I decided to go in with these yellow acrylics and just make some more depth and dimension, give it more of that buttery feel instead of cheddar feel. And then I went in with this black and red, trying to make it look like blood, added all that to it, added a lighter red to also make it look like just, older blood, newer blood, dripping it all over so it looks like splatter. I wanted to match the blood streaks on the popcorn bucket, so I decided to just pour it down and make it look as bloody and disgusting as I could. I was trying to be careful, but this stuff gets out of control, so I just try to do it slow. The results were terrifying. It's exactly what I wanted. You really got to have no fear when it comes to these projects. Finally done, the paint has dried, and I put on my ghost face mask, and here it is. Thanks for watching. See you next time.